In this problem, we're going to use math drawing to represent a decimal. Notice that there are two things we can do to represent a decimal number. We can use paper strips, or you can use bundled objects. But here they did specify we have to represent this number as the lengths, which means how long the paper strip is. And also that fits with and it shows the structure of the base 10 system. So all of these questions are trying to help us understand the place value better, and also we can design activities to help our students to learn the place values. So what we can do is, so first let's look at the number 1.367. And this 1 means ones, and this 3 means 3/10, and the 6 means 6/100ths, and the 7 means 7/1000ths. And so let me move it over a little. So we want to, in the process of showing the paper strips, we do want to show how these place values are generated. So for example, how do we get the 1/10? And if we have a 1, so you will have to divide it by 10. And how do we generate 100th if we have 1/10? And we divide by 10. And how do we generate 1,000th? From the 100th, we divide by 10. So this is the idea. This is how the adjacent, how we generate decimals. So we will start with the paper strip. We're going to start with a very long paper strip to represent one unit. So you're going to have to draw a very long one because we have to divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10 continuously. That will a couple, 3 times. So that's going to become, this paper strip will become smaller and smaller. So that's why your first one should be kind of long. It's up to you how long you want to make it. So if this is 1, and again, this is like one unit, which represent the place value 1. Now let's look at the tenths, and remember from the place value relationship, we know that in order to get this, we have to take the 1 unit divided by 10. So what we're going to do is we will cut this into 10 equal parts. I'm going to try my best here. So divide it. First, I'm going to cut them in half, and now I have to divide each side into 5 equal parts. So I'm going to try to see if I can. I don't have a ruler, so I may have to modify. It looks like a little too short. So make a little longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and again, probably it's better to use rulers so that we make the shape regular. And same thing here. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each of them is going to be the 1/10. So that's 1/10 and a 1/10 and 1/10. I'm just going to label the first one here. So we got the tenths generated, and now so this long is going to be, maybe I should just do another one here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that down to generate. This is our 1/10, label 1/10 of a unit. Okay, so now we're going to generate the 100th place. And remember, 100th place can be generated by taking 1/10 and divide by 10. So I already have 1/10 right here. I am going to divide it into 10 equal parts. As you can see, it's already a little difficult to do. I'm going to cut in half and then divide into 5 equal parts. Well, that seems too small. I'm going to have to make it a little longer. Again, if you have a ruler, you can measure, and that will be better. Okay, so that's 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 5 equal parts. Okay, so each of them is about this big. It's going to be 1/100th. So I am going to bring that down here. So that's the, well, looks like a little too big here. All right, so that is, this size is going to be 100th of a unit. And you can see right here, in order to generate the next place value, the 1,000ths, I have to take 100th and divide by 10. So we got to take this little tiny piece and divide into 10 equal parts, which is almost impossible now. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just use a rough paper strip and to represent that 7 thousandths. So with this, okay, so we need to know we have, in the ones place, we have just the 1. So I just need to take this whole piece, which is 1 unit. So I'm going to take this whole long piece right here. Well, maybe I should move it a little to the left because I have to add more. I think this is about the same now. Okay, so this is the first long piece here. That's 1. Now I am going to take, in the 10th place, I have 3/10. And notice this long, this is from here to here. That's the 1/10. I have 3/10, which means I have to take 3 of these. So I'm going to try, so that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3 of these. So each of them is 1/10, 0.1, 0.1, and 0.1. Together is 0.3. Now in the 100th place, we have 6/100ths. Notice this is how big a 100th is. So I need 6 of these. I'm going to make the tiny ones. So 1, 2, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And it's kind of hard for me to label. I'm just going to label all of these as 0.06. So finally, again, we're supposed to have a very tiny piece for 1,000ths because it's impossible to divide this piece into 10 equal parts vertically. And we're not going to do it. We're just going to take, and you notice that 7,000ths is very close to 100th, right? And so we're going to just take a piece a little bit smaller than the 100th. So I'm going to just make it a little tiny. Okay, so this last piece right here, I'm going to highlight a little bit. This last piece that I added, that's our 0.007, the 7,000ths. Okay, so notice that I did not leave any gaps between any two paper strips, and it's all connected together. And from the left end, from here all the way to the right end right here, that is the number 1.367. Okay, I have a better version right here instead of my horrible drawing, and you can see that I started with the same idea as I did before. So this is the long piece 1's place 1, and this is the 1/10. Again, I explained how I got this. So you have to divide this into 10 equal parts. And this is 100th. And again, this comes from dividing this into 10 equal parts. And again, I did not do 0.001 because it's very hard to divide this piece into 10 equal parts. So it's almost impossible to see. So then we had, this is our 1, the 1 all the way here. And then we have 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. So that's 1.3. And then we have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I'm sorry, 100th, 100th, 200th, 300th, 400th, 500th, 600th. Finally, the little tiny piece is 7,000ths. So all joined together makes 1.367. Okay, because when one of the questions when we need to compare two numbers, and we can two decimal numbers, we can use paper strips. Actually, you could, if you have a ruler, you could just show it on the ruler. But here you have 2 table strips and to represent both 2 numbers, so we can see which paper strip is longer. That means which number is longer. Okay, all right. So if we know how to do this, and then we will be able to use paper strips to compare 2 numbers. And of course, the other thing is, you doing the paper strip cutting can help students understand where the 1/10th comes from, where the 100th comes from, and where the 1,000th comes from.